Conflict at the palace? The pressures Princess Leonor and her parents must navigate behind the polished smiles, the elegant ceremonies, and the carefully choreographed royal appearances. People often wonder, what is life really like inside the Spanish royal family? Could there ever be disagreements between Princess Leonor and her parents, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia? As Spain's future queen, Leonor is growing into adulthood at a time when every decision she makes is watched by millions. At the same time, her parents carry an enormous responsibility not only as her family, but also as the King and Queen of Spain. That creates a unique challenge. How do you raise a daughter while also preparing a future monarch? Today, we're exploring the real pressures that could naturally lead to differences in perspective within any family, why there is no public evidence of a serious conflict, and how duty and family life intersect inside one of Europe's most closely watched royal households. If you enjoy thoughtful documentaries about royalty, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now, let's begin. Growing up between two worlds, most teenagers gradually gain more independence as they become adults. For Princess Leonor, that journey has been far more complicated. On one hand, she is a young woman discovering her own interests, ambitions, and personality. On the other, she is the heir to Spain's throne. Those two realities don't always move at the same pace. Every decision from education to military service to public appearances has both a personal and a constitutional dimension. That doesn't necessarily create conflict, but it does create extraordinary pressure. The role of King Felipe VI. King Felipe VI understands Leonor's future better than almost anyone else. He once stood where she stands today. As heir to the throne, he spent decades preparing for responsibilities that eventually became his own. Because of that experience, many observers believe he has taken a careful, gradual approach to introducing Leonor to royal duties. Rather than placing every responsibility on her at once, he has allowed her public role to expand step by step. This approach reflects preparation, not punishment. It recognizes that leadership develops over time. Queen Letizia's perspective. Queen Letizia brings a different experience. Before joining the royal family, she worked as a journalist. She understands public scrutiny from another angle. Since becoming queen, she has often been credited with encouraging professionalism, education, and careful preparation within the family. Like many parents, she has also sought to protect her daughter's privacy whenever possible. Balancing those instincts with Leonor's increasingly public role is no easy task. It's a challenge shared by many parents, although very few face it under the attention of an entire nation. Difference of opinion is not the same as conflict. Families naturally have discussions. Parents and adult children sometimes see situations differently. That is perfectly normal. However, it is important to distinguish between ordinary differences of opinion and claims of dramatic palace conflict. There is no verified public evidence that Princess Leonor is engaged in an ongoing dispute with either of her parents. In fact, their official appearances together have consistently projected cooperation and mutual support. That doesn't mean family life is always effortless. It simply means that speculation should not be mistaken for established fact. Preparing a future queen. As Leonor continues her education, military training, and official duties, her independence will naturally grow. So too will her responsibilities. Like any young adult, she will gradually make more decisions for herself. At the same time, she will remain part of an institution that values continuity, stability, and public service. Finding the balance between personal independence and constitutional duty may be one of the defining challenges of her journey. And that story is perhaps more compelling than any rumor of palace drama, because it is real. In the next chapter, we'll examine how modern royal families manage generational change, why public expectations continue to evolve, and how Princess Leonor is preparing to shape the future of Spain's monarchy in her own way.